Simplify marketing goals for long-term success. Tame your options and analytics because it's too easy to be distracted and diverted by many people in the marketing industry. This is My Online Toolbox, providing weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing with the objective to help you grow your business with more quality leads, emphasizing more and quality before leads. We target all aspects of online marketing with a combination of education, some strategy, and then implementation to back it up to make that happen. Before we continue, we want to remind you to please like us on the My Online Toolbox Facebook page or subscribe to us on the My Online Toolbox YouTube channel in order to get instant updates when we post these. What we wanted to do is remind people that it doesn't matter whether you're focusing in on just websites or possibly social media and a combination of them. A lot of times people may not realize that there's a tremendous number of advice in the marketing industry. And what we like to do to separate ourselves is to make sure people realize that we're in it for the long term. And a lot of these examples are from people that not have just gotten started in the last few months or a year, but these people have been, as examples, been in the business of marketing their business for so many years. A lot of people may not realize that My Online Toolbox has been doing this for an extended period of time and in life for over 30 years. But in this case, we have won awards in this specific industry for our products in 2019, and we've also won various different websites, video marketing, and digital marketing awards many years ago. The point is, these strategies are very repetitive, but they're consistent over a period of time. So if your objectives are in less than a year, the way you're measuring success, many times we're not going to fit the bill because we're shooting for the 1 year through 5 year plus marketing strategies. We want to remind you that a lot of times we're now at the midpoint of 2022, and a lot of times people get these solicitations that come in that tell them that they could do better in whatever the technical analysis may be. And a lot of times we need to remind our own clients to not buy into the hype because there's no one, including My Online Toolbox, that can't find weaknesses, whether it's our website, a social media account. There's so many tools out there that it's easy to find a weakness and say, hey, what do you think about this? We don't target those topics because we look at branding on a long term basis and make sure that we're consistent to what the objective is and we don't get diverted by the technical tool or the new technology of the day to talk about. What we want to do is just randomly choose some clients that came up just recently, and we're using these examples. They're real, where somebody says, hey, I went to this client site of yours and we could do better. Well, first of all, you don't know if you could do better if you don't know what the objective is. Using this particular account on Golden Pond, they've been live for only about a year, and there's a big challenge with their business. Without you clicking on the locations tab, they have an extremely diverse objective, long-term objective. I'm not going to give it away here because a competitor may be looking at this, but in this particular case, because there's such a big diversity of locations, we can't let out on what we're targeting first, second, and third. But when you look at all these different options, specifically in California, one of the biggest cities in America is Los Angeles, and attempting to target it for any particular new service is not easy. But in this particular case, if you happen to Google fountain construction Los Angeles, California, you will find on Golden Pond within the mapping. You'll also find it within the pictures, and you'll usually find it within page 1, 2, or possibly page 3 in the organic search. But just before we got started, they were averaging position 29 just over a year ago, and now they're averaging position 4.5 at this given moment. We lucked out that they're in position 1 at the given moment, but the point is, it has taken us an extended period of time to go from being averaging in the upper 20s to 30s positions for these particular keywords, and now they're sitting in position 1 today, but they're averaging position 4.5, which is a very big jump considering that it's ongoing going forward. But taking another company that's been with us for just under 5 years, but as a painter, just about 2 years ago, their business started to strategize on specifically being a well-known cabinet painter. So when we go back to the same specific tools we're using, they were not being found. Anything over 100 is in keyword analysis is a waste of time. But now the permutations that we're targeting relating to cabinet painting where they are in Eugene, they're averaging position 2 to just over position 4, which is fantastic knowing that 2 years ago they were not being found at all for what their target was. So when you go to their site, you could cherry pick any particular topic as a painter to say, yes, you could do better technically, but without knowing what the operational objective is, the actual analytical tools are worthless. We want to remind you that your branding story takes time. We always use a typewriter to make a point that things just do take time in order to make it stick. So when you are focusing on your marketing objectives, don't let technology folk drive the conversation if the business objective is getting diverted by mistake. It's too easy to be done. We want you to protect yourself for the long term. And this is my online toolbox reminding you to target growing your business with more quality leads with 1 to 5 years out, and you'll do just fine by having your marketing goals simplified for your long-term success. Have a healthy week. Remember to never forget to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits, and we will see you next week.